Running for re-election as councilman for Ward 6 in Gulfport. And today, I'm proud to introduce a good friend of mine, BaJon Williams.
Hi, I'm BaJon Williams, and I am one of the former Democratic candidates for City Council here in Ward 6. And today, I'm here to put community over party and endorse R.Lee Flowers for the Ward 6 City Council seat. For me, the reason that I'm endorsing is because when I look at the direction our city's going, and even when you look at national politics, we really don't need to have someone that's learning on the job. Like, now's the time for, Orange Grove can really continue to make the progress it's made. I mean, just in the last few weeks, the street repaving, the drainage projects that are going on, so many things have been accomplished. Why do we want to change from that?
Well, that was a big thing on my part. Redistricting happened. I got a large portion of Orange Grove that I had never represented. I lost a big portion of my ward that I had always represented. And I needed to show that I know how to get things done. So 2 years ago, when I found out that was going to be the case, I immediately got on, let's get some things done in that area such that people that may not have had anything done in a long time, or they didn't know who their councilmen were, they would know that I'm doing some things in that. So that was really big. And now, with the current situation in Orange Grove, we definitely know the result in Ward 7 already. It's a new person on the council. Ward 5, there will be a new person on the council, either that has served a few more months, or there is possibility that someone that's brand new that could win, because there's someone else on that ballot still to be decided. But having two people with no experience on the council already in Orange Grove, it concerns me deeply, because I know how this city operates, and I have a lot of friends throughout the city, but it is a difficult effort every time to get something done for Orange Grove. I have worked extremely hard in making certain that Orange Grove is always being brought to the table, because we've been underserved in many times due to our population. And now we have, again, two people that will live in Orange Grove and one that won't live in Orange Grove, possibly, on the council. And we are 40% of the population now.
One of the big things that I'm having to overcome is that probably a lot of people in Ward 6 like me are thinking, well, do we tote the party line or do we vote for the ward? And for me, I'm voting for the ward. I'm seeing the things that are being done. And even when I was running, to be the Democratic candidate, my committee and I were like, well, what are we going to run against? We always knew it was going to be, what are we going to run against R.Lee on? And I'm like, he's the councilman that spent the most money on infrastructure of anyone, and that matters in Orange Grove. He's in everything. Everyone says he's everywhere, and that matters. You need that in the council leader. And I know with you as my councilman, I'm not going to have to worry about, well, is he playing to this side or playing to that side? It's everybody. You're not just up here in Florence Gardens. You're down there, in Wingate. You're out in my subdivision talking to people about their concerns, and that matters for a councilman.
So I appreciate that, I really do. And that was something that when I first thought about, how would I be a councilman years ago, it was always, I'm going to serve everybody in the ward, because we all need help in Orange Grove. When I started this, a lot of people were still, and I guess some of them still say it today, we're occupied Orange Grove kind of thing. But I wanted to diminish that. I wanted to eliminate it, to be truthful. And so by just being focused, laser focused all the time on infrastructure, that has helped us to reduce the number of people that don't have sewer, to reduce the number of people that don't have city water, pave some streets, take care of those long needed drainage issues, major ones and minor ones. A minor one in someone's yard is a major one to them. And when you have a wrinkle tin pipe that's been there for 70 plus years, that's really not a culvert anymore or pipe anymore, it's an issue. So by focusing on that, just taking away those issues, we've been able to see Orange Grove go, well, now we feel like we're something, we can do those other things that are beyond just basic necessity.
Yes, sir.
We have seen in Orange Grove the number of houses, new houses, just, we're not building south, we're building north,
Right.
okay? So that's definitely the case. And with that comes some growing pains. That's good problems to have, we're fortunate, but those growing pains are real.
Right.
We've also seen such that if we're not paying attention inside those subdivisions, then the basic infrastructure starts negatively impacting the values of the properties.
Yes, sir.
Where our parents live, where we live, where our friends live, my constituents live. And I would dare to say most people who are homeowners, the largest and single investment they have is their home.
Yes.
So if I can provide those basic necessities such that they're not driving through, tons of potholes to their home, and they have, we've eliminated or greatly reduced the problems of drainage for their homes. They have water and sewer that works. Those are really important in an area, especially that had not always had them. I mean, there are still, and I found this out the hard way the other day, in the new area that I just took over in North Bel Air area, there are some homes that still don't have sewer. And I thought that would all be done because a dozen years ago, I was screaming bloody murder for my Ward 6 at that time. We've got to fix this. I just thought the other council people that represented that area would be following along. I mean, I'm crazy enough to wage that battle by myself.
Yes, sir.
But if anybody wants to join, that's fine, and follow along, whatever, they can reap the benefits. I just thought it'd be done, and had a property owner the other day call me about he lives in North Bel Air, but he owns a house as a secondary income in that area, and he said, Ms. Flowers, we don't have sewer. I went, oh boy, okay, thanks for letting me know. And I ran the list, and sure enough, there are several over there. Not tremendous number, but there are a few that should have been served already. And that's things we have to do.
Yes, sir. I agree with you.
Earlier you mentioned parties, and it's difficult at this level, especially. I get in trouble with my party frequently,
Yes,
actually.
Yes.
But I just refuse to not serve everybody, and I feel as if they live in my ward, they call me. It's because they have a need. It's not because they voted for me or they didn't vote for me. And to be truthful, there are many times they didn't vote at all,
Right.
which infuriates me.
Sad, yes.
But they live here. They're paying taxes here. We want them to benefit, have the amenities that they need to have. But it's about serving all of us, and we work a lot better. That was one of the great things I thought about Orange Grove growing up. Growing up here, there were all these different backgrounds and races that we were all just growing up together. Funny thing, I told someone this the other day. I don't know that we really had that many rich people in school. We thought some were more than others, maybe.
Right.
But in all truthfulness, we were all about poor.
Exactly.
Okay? And
Yes,
so
sir.
it was just, we're all about the same boat. We're all just struggling to make every day a little bit better. And so by doing, for all of us, we all, rising tides raises all floats. Floats all boats or raises all boats. And so that's what we're doing when we're all working together on getting these things done. And so I've just been adamant about city monies. We've got to get in our communities, because if we're taking care of our neighbors,
Yes.
they're the best marketing tool that we have. If they're enjoying living here, they're going to tell their friends and family, and they're going to want to live here. And if we're bringing more people here, then the businesses, they want to go where the people are.
For me, it's community first. That is important to me. And some people, for me, I'm taking this endorsement quite serious because it's not about party. It's about Ward 6. And I believe that the community had the chance to see all four of us display what type of leader we are and what type of leadership qualities we bring. And of the two left in the race, you have it, man. You have it. And I appreciate that. I appreciate your 16 years of service. And I, like other people who'll be voting this time, I didn't always live in Ward 5. And I remember when my neighborhood was in Ward 7, or Ward 6, was in Ward 7 and then Ward 5, and now we're in Ward 6. But through all of those council people, you're the first person that's actually been out there to talk to us, and people know who you are. They're engaged in the process, and that means the world to me. So that's why you have my support, man.
Well, I appreciate that.
You're going to have the support of a lot of people because we are choosing community and continued progress in Ward 6 over starting fresh with something new.
Well, man, that means the world to me, not only as the candidate, but literally as someone that lives here.
Yes, sir.
Orange Grove has not always been front and center or priority for the city. And so having someone that's going to make certain that we always are in an effective way. This next term, Wards 5 and 7, both will have new representatives. And there are some struggles on that council, internal to it, of setting the priority of the city. And when you're already down to where you only have 2 that live in Orange Grove, it's tough. Because it takes 4 to get anything done. And if you're not able to get those other 2 votes, you're not getting anything done. And there will be experience on that council this time that knows how to play that game. And they are going to take it all without people that have understanding and experience on that, being able to determine that there's something going on that's not to their community's advantage. That community is not going to get anything. And it's very, I don't want to say it's underhandedly, sometimes it's blatant, but if you just don't understand it, your community's losing and you don't realize it.
Yes, sir.
There's a portion of Orange Grove in South Bel Air that is actually in Ward 4 this time. And that was what I was fighting against when it was redistricting. And I talked to someone the other day, I won't say his name, he is a Democrat also, and I consider him a friend, even though we don't always see politically eye to eye. And he said, R.Lee, I appreciate what you were trying to do, because if we have enough power on the council to get those votes, it's easier to get something done. But what we're working for in Orange Grove is representation.
Yes.
We have now been part of the city for 30 years. We have 40% of the population of Orange Grove, or the city of Gulfport, lives north of the interstate in Orange Grove. Over 50% lives in the annex area of 1994. So the growth pattern is up here towards this direction. The infrastructure needs are up here. I'm not saying we can't do anything downtown or south of the interstate. We need to take care of those things. But if we're going to grow as a community and become the city we need to be, we're going north. Either grow up or grow north. And we do live in the south, and
right.
We kind of like not living on top of each other.
Right, exactly. We like our space.
We like our space. So we have the room to develop up here, but we have to continue with that vision of let's plan it well, such that we're not imposing on to existing neighbors out there things that they don't want, but work in harmony such that you're allowing things that will benefit them, enhance their property values, while adding to their community.
So I want you to know that I'm endorsing you, and I'm endorsing you because I trust that you're going to be the leader that we need for these next 4 years. I did not take this endorsement lightly. This is something that I weighed even when I was still a candidate. You got to be ahead when you're running for office. And I'm endorsing you because in my mind it's, well, okay, you would enter another term in July. Someone that my family knows quite well and respects was Mayor Ward. And Mayor Ward's first day, he tells you he signed a state of emergency, because a storm was on the horizon. So in my mind, it's like, well, if there's another storm coming, who can I trust to represent us before, during, and after? If there's an economic downturn, who can I trust to be that representative that I need? Local politics matters. And people have to have an understanding of that. And of the people left in the race in Ward 6, you have the best understanding of that. Why would we start over when you've done such a great job? Let's keep building on it.
Well, I appreciate that,
Yes,
BaJon.
sir.
I truly do. And just one question for you. Can I get your mom's endorsement?
Most definitely. Yes, sir. You already got it. You got the families. Yes, sir. Team Williams is with you. Yes, sir.
Your mom is a special lady.
Yes,
There's
sir.
no doubt about it.
Yes, and your mom is an amazing woman as well.
I appreciate
and
that.
I will say this: primary election day, it was Mother's Day. All our moms were out there holding signs. They were with us from start to finish. So yes, moms
matter, don't
yes,
they?
yes, they do.
They really do.
Yes, sir. Some of the hardest working people in Orange Grove are moms.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Hi, I'm BaJon Williams, and I'm endorsing R.Lee Flowers for the Ward 6 City Council seat. I'm endorsing R.Lee because I'm choosing community over party, and I'm asking you to do the same thing on Tuesday, June 3rd.